Okay, so there's three things you have to do to install this, and then I'll show you how to download it from Tabroom. The first one is you need to add the form that we've got. Now I've emailed you one, and as you can see, I've saved it on the desktop over there. So you need to come to the Solution Explorer and click on that, so you can see all your files. Then you need to come up to your top thing in the directory here. Right-click on it, and you want to go to Add Existing Item. Go over to the desktop and find that tabroom interface form and click Add. I've already done it once, which is why this dialog box popped up. That's all. Step one is now complete. The second one's slightly more difficult. You need to add a reference, but in a specific way. So same thing, Solution Explorer, but you want to come over here to References. Right-click on that, and then select Manage NuGet Packages. Click on that. By definition, or by default, installed shows up. You want to click on Browse first, and then you want to type in newtonsoft.json. That's my default newtonsoft. It shows up there. Click on that, and it will appear over here. And then you just need to click on Install. This will take a little bit longer. And then it updates down there. As you can see, it's now finished. Okay, and then the very last one is, which I think you're all over, is just come over, load that main menu form, and then you need to add an option here. I'm going to call it Tabroom Interface. And now double click on it. That'll take us down here as new form Tabroom Interface. Like that. And then okay. So now that should be it. You now have the form in your file. And if you run it like this, it'll pop up. Well, it's loading. I'm going to show you how to get to the Tabroom data. So you want to log in to tabroom.com, then click on, this is my name, you'll of course click on yours. Then you want to come down here to the National Speech and Debate Tournament, click on that. Okay, and then entries and data, and all these menu options are on that little thing attached. Oh, looks like that popped up. Then under import, you want to do JSON backup and restore, and this is the top one. I'm going to click on this. It's going to take a moment, of course, but it's asking me to save that, so I'm going to say okay. And at least on my browser, it'll show up here when it's done. But meanwhile, back here to that launch. Darn it, no. I had any CPU on mine. I have to run it in x86 mode, but I think that's because of your ACE 12.0 thing. That should work this time. This is download. That download is still continuing. That continues. Let's see if this should start up. And there we go. It should have one dated graphic that has Magic City on it. I'm sure you'll have something Floridian. Click on Tabroom Interface. It gets you here. The only thing to know is that the first time you run it, do this, it'll delete what's in the districts table and replace it, but obviously you probably don't need to do that every time. And now we should come back here and let's see if our download is complete. It is still chugging away, so I'm going to pause this video until that download has finished. Okay. The download is now complete. I've saved it on my desktop, so the download is, I guess you can't see it, but we can get to it from here. So I've come back to here. This is the tabroom interface. This is when you make it exported back, which you don't need to worry about. The first time you do it, uncheck this, otherwise leave it checked. And now you're just going to read the file. That gets a warning message. This is doing the deletion thing. Now I saved that file on the desktop, and it's got these long, difficult names. But here's the one I just saved. Open, and now this will provide updates. It's not enormously useful because there are two things that take a long time: making that JSON table and then populating it. But this will show you how long it takes. The whole thing should, excuse me, take under a minute. So you can see making that table took 27 seconds, 2 seconds to do the schools. Now it's processing the judges. This is the one that's going to take forever. And I guess I should say I'm going to need to send you updates once we get time slots and whatnot. And then this one will work fine if we just want to keep having the users downloading from tabroom and uploading it into here. But if we want them to we can add buttons here that'll do it automatically, maybe. All right, it's done. So you're told to close and open the program. As you can see, that one took 24 seconds. Here I am closing the program. Eek. I'm going to reopen it. And it should be that if you take a look at the participants, contestants, they've populated here. The judges should populate, the schools should populate, the districts should be there. Anyway, that's it. And I'm sure we'll have more conversation about this soon.